In 2013, I was asked by the National Galleries of Scotland if I'd like to facilitate photography workshops for 2 groups of adults in recovery from alcohol harm, working with research nurses from the University of Edinburgh, a local recovery cafe and a homeless charity. This knowledge exchange partnership was the most clearly defined co-creation project I had been involved in and has shaped my practice ever since. The methodology of the project used was Photovoice. In essence, a very simple process using photography and focus groups to distill common themes and ultimately research in recovery. For this film, I have reflected on the conditions that were put in place to enable successful co-creation. Starting with the question, what works best for this group? Often this is very obvious, but well worth thinking through, especially when working with hard-to-reach groups. Flexibility is also crucial as projects develop. We decided to host sessions at the Recovery Cafe rather than the galleries. Carefully thinking through what timings would work for people with drop-in slots to suit the varied working schedules, sleeping patterns and childcare needs of individuals in the group. I have learned from the Eden project that having time to share food together allows for time to connect in a different way and helps with the hierarchy of projects. It's relaxing and social. Aside from the physical conditions, we were very aware of how much we were asking of this group. For many, they were learning a new skill and they were certainly sharing personal stories. Putting clear guidelines and boundaries in place helped to build the trust we needed. We also had a responsibility to safeguard the group and empower them. To finish, here's a short film made by the University of Edinburgh showing the impact of the work.
They gave everybody a camera and we all went out and took photographs of things that related to our recovery. We had an exhibition at Serenity Cafe and we went to the Parliament and took part in discussions.
When I was asked with Roxanne if I would go and help get the group together and organise it, and I thought, how would pictures, do you realise the misery I've been through in my life, and how can a picture capture that? But when you go and take lots of pictures and discuss it in the group sense that we did, it's really, really powerful, to the point that when you put a narrative on all these pictures, and it does tell a whole big story.
I felt very comfortable about exposing myself, if you like, in personal photographs. I think for 2 main reasons. One, because there was a photo, for instance, a railway track with a bridge where I used to go and contemplate suicide regularly. And I put that photo up, but the fact that that seems so far removed from my life now, it's a pleasant memory, it's a pleasant comparison. But also I think that a lot of the photos are about how beautiful the world is if you just want to take a look at it, and things that you never saw when you were in active addiction. So it's also exploding the myth that recovery is a struggle, I suppose, just by demonstrating how much pleasure you can take in your life. And what every warrior was trying to say as well was recovery is a success story, it's a happy success story, and we enjoy it, we enjoy our lives.
So I feel that you should champion these things and champion the successes, because all you hear on the news and in the newspapers is about, the alkies or the junkies or this, that and the other, and people can recover and people can become a functioning member of society.
Overwhelming feelings of pride and joy and excitement and stuff. I know myself, I've never been on TV, I've never done this type of thing, and 3 years ago, 5, 10 years ago, it's not something I would have expected myself to want to do or could have done, or give myself credit to think that I could go and facilitate something like this. So seeing it work, being alongside doctors, professors, the people that have been involved in this, artists, And the community. That's another important key, is when the professional services work alongside the lived experience, and we channel it this way. It's what I believe's happened here. You know, we've won awards, and it's been really, really fantastic. And again, that word's special, but it has been that.